Hey, what's going on YouTube? So today we're going to connect lights up to the Bay 20. We're just going to put 7-inch lights up front, probably plug them into the nav light, and probably put in some sort of plug and play type lights. So I'll show you what I plan to do, and let's get started. All right, so for the SAE plugs, these right here, I did add some extra wire to it. I soldered the wires and then shrink wrapped it. So what this is going to do is once I put it inside the boat and run it down, it's not a far way to my nav light, but just gives me a little more room to play with once I get in there to try to connect everything. These right here will sit flush. So once I plug it in, all of this will go inside the boat, and then this will sit flush, and the only thing that will be showing is this right here, and then the connector piece that will be covered. So the goal is to make it look like came with the boat. All right, so the lights that I decided to go with are the 7-inch NAOEVOs. You can get these on Amazon. They are 7-inch lights. It has the floodlight and the spotlight. It's got some pretty good reviews. I will say on this part here, I added all of this. When it comes, it's just going to come with a black and red wire that's going to be about 6 inches, and it's really small wires, probably like 10 to 12 gauge wire. I added on this side the other SAE quick disconnect adapter. And then I also put this coating over it just to make it look a little more professional. But the goal is to be able to connect this to the boat and then just plug this in, plug it into here, and then it'll all work out. Once I push the nav lights, everything will turn on. Now, if ever I want to use just the nav lights and run in the dark, I just disconnect the lights. So most of the time during the summer, I probably won't have these connected. This is going to be more for duck season, and whenever if I decide to do any sort of tournament fishing or anything that requires me to fish before sun up. All right, so we're going to take a look at the boat. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So right here is where I'm going to connect everything. Pull this out. All right, so what I did was I added these little clips. You just got to splice this, add these little clips, these clips here. I don't know if it's going to zoom in. There you go. These clips will plug into that SAE adapter that I was showing you. And once I put it all in, this will work just as normal. I have one hole right here, and then I'll have another hole going somewhere over here, and I'll be able to use this. This is where my tilt and trim and my power for my trolling motor is. If you look underneath it, well, you can't see it, but there's a lot of room to work with under here. So that's where I'll be putting everything together, and that's where all the wires will be hiding. So the lights do come with this mount here. And the lights do come in pairs, so it was like 30 bucks for both of them. But this mount here feels of good quality. I'm using some self-tapping screws that I bought with the washer here. And I do have a quick disconnect trolling motor, so it does give me more room to work right here on my bow. Now, if you don't have that, that's fine. I'm sure you could still figure a way to drill into your bow. Now, if you cannot put a nut or anything underneath, I highly suggest you using self-tapping screws to help hold it in place a little better. All right, here's the light test. And again, off. Really lights it up. Does come out a little wide on each side too. Pretty clean setup up front. Shouldn't have any issue seeing any stumps or anything, so looks good. I'm happy with it.